I've had a road to Damascus moment. No, I haven't. Have you ever had one? Have you ever heard of it? A road to Damascus moment is a sudden revelation. It's suddenly changing radically your belief in something because you've had a sudden insight or maybe an experience that forced that change. It is the subject of one of my favorite paintings called Conversion on the Way to Damascus by Caravaggio, painted in 1601. The subject is the conversion of St. Paul on the road to Damascus, which has been the subject of many paintings because it's so dramatic. In case you don't know the story, let me briefly tell you. Paul was originally named Saul of Tarsus, which was a city in Turkey. After the crucifixion, Saul was in Jerusalem, and he, in his words, intensely persecuted Christians, members of this new crazy sect, the followers of this crucified preacher. He got word that there was a group of Christians in Damascus, Syria, and he decided to go there to finish his intense persecutions. So on he goes to Damascus. You have Saul and his companions on horseback on their way to Damascus. Suddenly, a light shot down from the sky. It threw Saul off his horse, right flat down on his back. Boom! Can't you just hear it? Like the wind knocked out of him. He fell to the ground and heard a voice say to him, "Saul, Saul, why do you persecute me?" "Who are you?" he asked. And the voice said, "I am Jesus whom you are persecuting. Now get up and go into the city, and you will be told what you must do." Saul gets up, but he can't see. He's blind. His companions, by the way, saw the light, and they saw him fall, but they did not hear any voice. But Saul was blinded, completely blind, and had to be led by the hand to Damascus. He was blind for 3 days. And then he is helped by the Christians. And the way they say it is the scales fell from his eyes, which is kind of creepy, right? Scales on his eyes. After this experience, I guess he really had no choice, right? He became a Christian himself and became known as Paul, the Apostle Paul. Now, all these paintings I showed before, they're so busy. You just imagine the sound, that's almost like a cavalry charge. Horses panicking and men shouting and hoofbeats, and then this blast of light from the sky, probably with a peal of thunder. It's all so busy, you almost can't tell what's happening. But now, look what happened in 1601, when Caravaggio got hold of this subject. It's a huge painting, and it hangs in the Cerasi Chapel of the Santa Maria del Popolo. I hope I said that with an appropriate Italian inflection. Conversion on the Way to Damascus. Now, you see, unlike all those other busy paintings, this one has only 3 figures. And the one you see first, the one you cannot help but see, is that massive, gorgeous horse. You see that horse's butt almost coming right out of the frame. This could be called Portrait of a Horse's Ass by Caravaggio. Isn't that thing gorgeous? And on the ground, at the very base of the painting, your eye goes down to that. That's where St. Paul is. And look at him, laying there on the ground with his arms upraised in an inverted triangle, but his eyes are closed and his face is so passive. It's not like he's just had a shock of his life, is it? And look at the groomsman, the hostler, behind the horse. Absolutely unaware that anything has happened. If he's aware of anything, he's saying, "Oh, what's the matter? Calm down, you," talking to the horse. "Simmer down." He has no idea what's happened on the other side. It's almost like a private revelation. We're told that the traveling companions saw the light, but they didn't hear the voice. In this one, I don't think anybody heard or saw anything except for Paul, who is now on the ground, stunned and blind. The only one looking is that horse. But he's looking because he's afraid he's going to step on Paul. Look at him, he's lifting his hoof. What a gorgeous creature. We also see Paul's weapon thrown to the ground beside him, probably never to be picked up again. And what about the background? That inky black sky without a star to be seen and no moon. It is simply a dark void, impervious to all, until it is pierced by a divine light that shoots down upon the fallen soldier. Caravaggio has brought this entire massive, dramatic story all the way down to 3 figures. The unknowing groom, the unseeing Paul, lost in his private road to Damascus moment, and the all-seeing horse. Just beautiful.